Hi, I'm Mark Baber and I'm the Technical Marketing Manager here in the UK and Ireland for Sony's photo channel. Now I've managed to get my hands on one of the early samples of the A7c. We've had a few hours with it and here's a closer look at what this camera can do. So here it is, it's the new A7c from Sony. It's a completely new design, a completely new concept. Its flat retro modern design is really appealing, and it also has a flip out screen that you now find on the A7S Mark III. You'll be familiar with the dials on the back. It has a small grip and it also has a side EVF, very much like the A6000 series. When we turn the camera over, you'll see the battery compartment contains the Z battery, and this will give you longer life than, say, the W battery you find on the Mark I versions. So let's turn the camera to the side and you'll see we've now got three new compartments. So the bottom slot is for the headphone jack and the USB port. The middle door, or the middle section, is for the SD card. There's one slot on the A7c. And the top slot is for the microphone. Now, as well as the body being smaller, the lenses as well. So this kit lens, a 28-60 f4 to f5.6, is really, really small. It's a open and click system, so you have to open the lens, and once it's clicked into position, you are at the 28mm range. You then can change the lens accordingly to use the focal length on this pancake lens. It really is light, it's really robust, and I really enjoyed using the lens. So let's look in more detail at the spec and the key messages from this new camera, the A7c. This camera is really cool. I have to say the design and the retro feel is absolutely superb. The design is really clean and sleek as well. It has a 24.2 million pixel Exmor-R sensor, and that's supported by the Bionic X processor. Like I said, when I was walking around I felt really comfortable with the camera, and the design and the weight felt really good over the shoulder. It has ISO sensitivity of 100 to 51,200, a shutter speed of 1,400 with image stabilization 5-axis. It's 20% lighter than the A7 III as well, and has the same autofocus system as the A7 Mark III. So as well as being a really good camera to take on street photography, I took it out to a local nature reserve, and so it's great for landscape and also travel photography. And it also has this new monocoque construction which gives it its robustness but keeping the weight and size down. The autofocus is lightning fast, and if you're familiar with the A7 Mark III, it really does perform well. The new shutter unit mechanism reduces vibration. The new 28-60mm lens is really small, and it really complements this body. Put all that lightness together, it's around 300 grams lighter than the A7 III kit if you compare the two together. So just like the A7S Mark III, you can now control the speed and the sensitivity of the autofocus with the new A7c. Most alpha users know that you can transfer images straight to your phone. Now this is without any Wi-Fi connection, it's Wi-Fi direct. And whilst I was transferring the images to my phone, I then could upload to social media. And like the ZV-1 and the A7S Mark III, the A7c now has a flip out screen. This is really good for vlogging, especially if you've got a grip to accompany it. Our alpha cameras have USB charging. This is no different to the A7c. This is ideal if you're out street photography or you're doing landscape like I was here at the nature reserve, I was able to charge the camera with my external power bank. Superb camera for stills but also for video. It can shoot 4K 30p, Full HD 120p with no recording limit, so it's ideal for vlogging and filmmaking. So that was the A7c, and I have to say the handling and the look of the camera really appealed to me. The files in the camera were excellent, especially the JPEG straight out of the camera, and the eye autofocus in video was just superb. It just nailed the shot every time. And the lens as well, the 28-60 was so small that when you combine the two together you hardly know that you've got the camera on you. So a fantastic camera for stills and video, especially if you're a hybrid shooter.